All right, I'm backstage with Alexandre from Toast Studios, based in Montreal.
Yep.
You just got off stage moderating a panel about content marketing and brand storytelling. How'd it go?
Pretty well. I think what was really interesting about that panel is that we had an agency, we had a brand, and we had a publisher on stage. So it really was all about the dance that the three always have when creating great storytelling for brands and with creators and influencers.
So one of the things that I talk about a lot is obviously brands getting into storytelling, and one thing that you don't get to actually talk about a lot in presentations and panels is actually the idea of what's the creative process, and that's really what people need to know. And what I talk about is the idea that brands should create the idea of what they want to do in-house and then go to the creative community. And that could be a publisher, it could be a production company, it could be a producer, right? To help them develop it. I don't think, and I'd love to get your perspective on this, that I think the challenge with when the producers are pitching brands fully packaged like creative, it becomes an integration, right? Versus the brand just being a character in the story, enabling the story to go forward. And those integrations tend to be rough, and it's logo, and it turns off the consumer. So in the way that you work with brands to create content and really story-driven premium stuff is, what's that process like where you get to the point where it truly is a partnership with the brand and they are just part of the story naturally?
Well, the thing you mentioned is that pitching a story to a brand, we've done that in the past, we've tried it, and it rarely works. It's really, you have this idea and the chance that in time, in budget, and in timeline it will work are so slim that it doesn't create that partnership. Now, what creates the best partnership in our mind is that the first question we will ask the brand is, what are the actual business objectives? Because in the end, the brand is not just creating content and doing storytelling for fun. There's actually a business objective behind it, and to be able to really create that partnership between both the brand and the creator, the agency, or whatever, is that if both agree on the end goal being for the business. Now, from that, there are many thousands of ways to create a good story. So starting from creating a business partnership with the brand is great, and then moving on to actually the creative. And that's where you were mentioning it, is that now you can go to the community and look at which creators are the best suited for that, but you actually have a brief in hand as a brand. You actually have a storytelling brief. It's clear where you want to go, and that creator will be on board from day one with that same objectives in this way.
And even as you're developing that, as I talked about, I think, and you guys do this when you're working with brands, is also helping them develop the distribution strategy. Right? Because a lot of brands will create something and then they don't know where to put it. And they're like, oh shit, put it on YouTube, right? There's no paid media, there's no strategy, there's no marketing behind it. And I've said before, I said, don't forget the marketing and content marketing. So you guys were the brands that actually develop that entire distribution strategy that can actually long tail, actually eventually kind of make money back to the marketing.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the idea. There are two words that you'll often hear at Toast: it's utility and reach. And both of them are equally important. The first one, utility, is making sure that it brings value to the consumer, to the audience that you're telling that story to. And entertainment is useful. People need entertainment at some points in their lives. And then there's reach, and that's as important, and budget-wise also. Don't put everything into production. Make sure that you have an actual budget for amplification, for deployment, for media, and that needs to be thought of in the beginning and not at the end.
Right. And what, just for brands out there that want to go out and do something, what would you say is kind of a rule of how much budget should go towards actually marketing the content that they're creating?
We've had success with actually sometimes doing a 60-40, depending on the actual budget. There needs to be at least close to half dedicated to distribution, if not more. It all depends if you're actually acquiring a new audience or if you're engaging with an existing audience. That will be very different. If you have an existing audience, you might be able to spend a little less on distribution because you actually have the people to watch your thing. Now, if you're end goal, and it brings me back to the business objective. If the business objective is to reach new people, to acquire a new audience, then you need really to put some money into that.
Yeah, because you got it goes back to that sort of that strategy I talked about, that content, community, and commerce, right?
Yeah.
You really have to build around that. So you guys are doing a lot of amazing work with brands. Where do people go to sort of take a look at what you're doing and how they work with you?
Well, basically, the best place to go is basically to contact us. We're available pretty much everywhere. Toast
Always on,
Studio,
I talk about.
always on. We're always on. Don't tell my wife that. But yeah, we answer pretty much 24/7 any request. So Toast Studio, basically just look it up. We're in Montreal.
What's it?
25 people.
Gotoast.ca.
Yeah, gotoast.ca.
All right, very cool stuff. Well, check them out. Gotoast.ca on Twitter. Thanks for taking the time today.
Great.
And we're
Thank
going to
you.
go enjoy the rest of Buffer Festival.
Yeah, great. Thanks.